Welcome back. I'm Josh Reef. Today I want to speak about a principle that begins in the spiritual world and expresses itself in every practical area of life. Build the vessel before the blessing. In Jewish thought, a blessing needs a vessel. A bracha needs a kli. The blessing is the flow. The vessel is the structure prepared to receive it. That principle moves seamlessly into business, real estate, discipline, reputation, leadership, money, health, relationships, and the life you are building. It is this spiritual architecture underneath visible results. You can pray for rain, and you also prepare the field. You can ask for abundance, and you also build a place for abundance to land. You can desire opportunity, clients, listings, income, reputation, clarity, peace, health, love, and a better business and a better life. Desire opens the heart. Preparation builds the vessel. Discipline builds the vessel. Structure builds the vessel. Character builds the vessel. Capacity builds the vessel. So the question moves beyond, what do I want? The deeper question is, what am I becoming capable of holding? Because sometimes the blessing is already in motion while the vessel is still being formed. That is the episode. Preparing the vessel. Strengthening the structure. Becoming capable of carrying what you have been asking for. Because when the right door opens, you want to walk through it as someone who has been preparing all along. A lot of people want expansion, more listings, more clients, greater financial capacity, and more recognition, more influence, more momentum. That desire could be holy when it is attached to service, responsibility, and higher standards. Ambition becomes elevated when it is purified through purpose. The challenge is wanting a larger life while protecting a smaller structure. That is where the vessel begins to leak. You can have significant goals, and an undisciplined calendar will reveal the weak seam. You can want luxury clients, and thin preparation will reveal the weak seam. You can want referrals, and inconsistent follow-up will reveal the weak seam. You can want peace, and reactive habits will reveal the weak seam. The blessing is flow. The vessel is structure. When the flow increases, the structure must be ready. This is especially true in real estate. A consequential listing is responsibility dressed as opportunity. A serious seller carries pressure. A major property carries risk. A luxury client brings expectations. A complicated deal brings emotion, timing, pricing, vendors, inspections, disclosures, negotiation, marketing follow-up, and a steady stream of decisions. The assignment reveals the vessel. A major listing reveals your communication. A demanding client develops your patience. A quiet market strengthens your discipline. A competitive appointment sharpens your preparation. A complicated escrow trains your calm. This is development. This is the refinement. This is how a person becomes capable of carrying more. One of the most powerful shifts in life is realizing that delay can be development. The door may be forming, and you may be forming with it. That is why the quiet work matters. The quiet work is where the vessel is built. When you study the market in private, you are building the vessel. When you follow up and the response comes later, you are building the vessel. When you make the call that requires courage, you're building the vessel. When you walk through a property carefully and notice what others miss, you are building the vessel. When you write the seller update, review the comps, prepare the showing, refine the presentation, and submit to honest self-inventory, yes, you are building the vessel. That work may feel ordinary in the moment. It is sacred in its own way because it is private. It is between you and your future. A person has to learn how to respect private work. Some things are built quietly. Some things are formed away from applause. Some things mature before they become visible. And that is where real confidence comes from. Confidence comes from evidence. Evidence that you prepared. Evidence that you kept your word. Evidence that you stayed with the work while the work was still hidden. When you walk into a listing appointment and you know the comps, you carry yourself differently. When your marketing plan is clean, your follow-up is clear, your vendor list is ready, your pricing logic is tight, and your emotional tone is calm. You speak differently. That is preparation. And preparation is one of the highest forms of self-respect. There is an outer vessel and there is an inner vessel. The outer vessel is what people can see. Your presentation, your schedule, CRM, marketing, market knowledge, your listing process, your database, content, follow-up, those things really matter. The inner vessel gives those things weight. Your patience, your honesty, your restraint, your calm under pressure. Your ability to hear the truth and stay steady. Your ability to receive criticism and remain teachable. Your ability to make decisions with clarity. Your ability to keep your word to yourself. Your ability to lead when a client is emotional, scared, frustrated, or uncertain. In luxury real estate, people are hiring your judgment. They are hiring your steadiness, and they are hiring your capacity to bring order to pressure. They are hiring your ability to see clearly when the room gets tight. That is the vessel. And you build it in private. You build it when you decide how the day is going to go before the day starts making demands. You build it when you take care of your body because your energy affects your leadership. You build it when you tell the client the truth respectfully. You build it when you choose the thoughtful response over the reactive one. You build it when you prepare before the meeting because preparation, it honors the opportunity. You build it when you choose standards over mood. That is where the vessel gets stronger. The blessing settles where structure is prepared. So look at the places where your life is leaking. Look at them clearly. Look at them with courage. Look at them with dignity of someone who is ready to grow. If your time is leaking, strengthen the calendar. If your energy is leaking, protect your body. If your leads are leaking, improve the follow-up. If your confidence is leaking, deepen the preparation. If your peace is leaking, bring courage to the conversations asking for your attention. If your standards are leaking, raise them and live inside them. That clarity is freedom, because once you see the seam, you can strengthen it. Every repair becomes capacity. Every honest adjustment becomes strength. Every disciplined repetition becomes a larger vessel. This is how momentum becomes real. Momentum rarely arrives as one dramatic moment. It grows as the vessel becomes strong enough to carry more. At first, you may be able to carry a small rhythm, a few calls, a few follow-ups, a few appointments, a few honest conversations. Start there, then expand. More structure, more confidence, more conversations, more content, more preparation, more consistency. Over time, the vessel grows. The same opportunity that would have overwhelmed you a year ago becomes something you can carry with composure. That is growth. Capacity, client strength. I think this matters because a lot of people pray for the breakthrough, and the breakthrough carries responsibility. There have been seasons in my own life where I wanted the next level before my habits were ready for the next level. I wanted the result. I wanted the door to open. I wanted momentum. Life asked a cleaner question. Can you carry it? Can you hold the pressure? Can you stay humble when it works? Can you stay disciplined when it is quiet? Can you stay grateful when it grows? Can you lead with steadiness as the stakes rise? That is the work. Because the blessing is bigger than receiving more. Sometimes the blessing is becoming someone who can handle more with dignity. That is a different level. So here's the practical framework for this week. Build 3 vessels. First, build the vessel of time. Before the week controls you, decide where your attention is going. Block the sacred commitments. Prospecting, follow-up, market study, content, health, family, prayer, and rest. A person with command of the calendar protects the field where blessing can land. Second, build the vessel of communication. Return the call, send the update, clarify the next step. Make the ask. Follow up with the person who went quiet. Communication builds trust, and in real estate, trust is currency. Thirdly, build the vessel of knowledge. Study your market, know the inventory, know the price reductions, know what's sold, know what's at. Know what buyers are resisting. You should know what sellers are misunderstanding. Knowledge creates calm. Calm creates value. Time, communication, knowledge, simple vessels, powerful vessels. Build those three consistently and your capacity expands. Then when the opportunity comes, you are prepared to serve it. The weaker version of ambition says, give me the opportunity and then I will become ready. The stronger version says, I will become ready, and when the opportunity comes, I will know how to carry it. That is how you move. That is how you build. That is how a quiet season becomes a foundation. You prepare the vessel. You do your part with honesty. You keep showing up. You repair the leaks. You strengthen your habits. You build your reputation. You become useful, steady. And when the next door opens, you walk through it like someone who has been preparing all along. So if you are in a season where things feel quiet, use it well. Ask a better question. What vessel is being built right now? What capacity is being strengthened? What standard is being formed? What part of me is being prepared for something I can barely see yet? That question changes everything, because then the quiet season becomes formation, preparation, spiritual architecture. The place where your future becomes possible. Build the vessel before the blessing. That is the work. That is the standard, and that is the opportunity in front of you today. Because one day the door will open, and when it does, the question will be whether you are prepared to carry it. So build quietly. Strengthen what leaks. Raise the standard before the spotlight arrives. Become the kind of person who can receive more and remain grounded in themselves. I'm Josh Reef. This is the Josh Reef Real Estate Podcast, a place for sharper judgment, calmer leadership, and the quiet architecture of a better real estate business. Subscribe and turn on notifications, and I'll see you on the next one.